Hey everybody, JC here with another T&I toy review. And for today's review, I'm going to be taking a look at the brand new Batman Arkham Knight 7-inch scale Batgirl and Oracle 2-pack from DC Collectibles. Now this set comes packaged in the same style packaging we've been seeing with all the Arkham Knight figures in this line. You've got the borders of the packaging that are made to look like Batman's armor from the video game. The figures are clearly displayed. Down below you have the Batman Arkham Knight video game logo, and then off to the side you have the names of the characters, and it tells us this is figure number 15 in the series. Of course it is 2 figures, but they only get 1 number. And then on the side of the packaging we get some computer generated art of the characters, and then on the back more of that computer generated art and a look at other figures that have been released in this line. And then down below it tells us that the Batgirl figure was sculpted by Gentle Giant Studios and the Oracle figure was sculpted by Majid. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name because I would totally butcher it. Alright, so let's get this open and take a look at what's inside. Okay, so here's a look at the figures outside of the packaging along with the other contents. Batgirl comes with a Batarang, and this is done with just a black plastic. It's got some pretty nice sculpting detail. You've got some holes here in the middle. It looks like it should fold up or something. It doesn't. There's no articulation. It's just one solid piece. And then you've got the black plastic, and you've got some metallic silver on the edges of the blade to make it look like it's nice and sharp. Also, it's a hard plastic, and the tips are pretty pointy. Batgirl comes with 3 different pairs of hands, so you get a pair of closed-fisted hands, a pair of open hands, and then a pair of grip hands for holding the Batarang, and all the hands are done with a gold metallic type paint. And I should also note that on the underside of the hands you have some black for padding, and switching out the hands is easy. You just pull off the hand you want to replace, and you've got the little peg on the hand and the hole on the arm, and then you just plug in the hand you want to replace it with, and it should go in there and it fits nice and tight. And as long as you have the grip hands on, she'll hold the Batarang nice and tight as well. Oracle comes with a wheelchair, and this looks to be pretty game accurate. It's done with just white and orange plastic, and then you've got some gray and metallic silver on the bottom portions for the metal parts of the chair. And the wheels do actually roll. The big wheels roll pretty good. These little small wheels, they do roll, but they don't roll that great. And then she's got the little plates to hold her feet here on the front. So again, this is pretty nicely detailed and seems to be pretty accurate to what we see in the video game. And then they also included the little trinkets that you see on the back of her chair in the video game. So you get this backpack, and it's done with a pink, and then you've got a light gray and a dark gray for a camo pattern on it. So that looks pretty good. And you can see some books sticking out the back pouch. And it's got this peace symbol with green and white. So that all looks pretty good. The straps of the backpack you can kind of bend a little bit. They're done with a plastic, so they've got some bendability there. And then you've got the water bottle that you also see in the video game, and this is removable. There's no label on the water bottle. I believe in the game there's a label on this bottle, but they left it blank. However, you do see some kind of green paint. I don't know if that's deliberate or what, but it looks a little bit of sloppy paint there on the water bottle. So I don't know if that's supposed to be like the soda inside or something, or if it's just paint blemishes that, you know, something happened there. But no label or anything like you do see in the video game. But I like the fact that you can't actually remove the water bottle from the backpack. And then finally we get this pair of earphones that you again see on the back of her chair. And these are done with red plastic. You've got this little white star. I can't recall if there was any insignia on the earphones or not. And then the earpieces are done with pink and black. And these are done again with a kind of a flexible plastic. Now these won't really fit on her head, and you don't really see her wear them in the video game, just on the back of her chair. But it's not big enough to actually fit on her head. So what you'd want to do is you want to just kind of put the earphones around one of the straps, and then you can just put the backpack over the handles of the chair and put it on the back like that. So again, it's like it was in the video game. Now one thing to note, when you have the backpack on the chair and you don't have the figure sitting in it, it does make the chair top heavy, so the chair will fall backwards when the backpack's on like that. So just be wary of that. So for the figures themselves, starting with Batgirl, I like the overall detail on this figure. I like how they sculpted the armor pieces of the outfit. Now, I don't believe they've ever released an Arkham version of Batgirl up until this point. This figure does look very similar to the New 52 versions that DC Collectibles released, the Greg Capullo and then the regular New 52 version. But this figure is different. The armor pieces are sculpted differently. The head sculpt is completely different. And this figure actually has a bit better articulation than those did. Now, also, I don't think Batgirl ever wears this outfit in the actual video game, the main part of the video game. You do see the outfit in that one room in the clock tower, and then there is a DLC component where you can play Batgirl, but I've never played that, so I'm not sure how this compares to that. But from the one scene where you see the outfit in that room, this seems to be a pretty good representation of the costume. I do like the head sculpt. I like the eyes. She's got green eyes, and I like the hair. You've got some wash effect in the hair with some lighter and darker red colors, which looks pretty good. And the hair is done, it's fairly solid, but especially here towards the end, it's kind of flexible, a rubber type material. So it will limit some of the head movement, but still overall, I like the effect of it. I like the cape. You've got some sculpting detail with the lines in the cape. It's done with just that kind of rubber material, and you've got black on the outside, and then that metallic yellow on the inner part of the cape. So I think that looks good. And then she's got the metallic yellow bat symbol on her chest, and you've got some metallic silver for like the buckles that clamp the armor onto her chest. And I like the sculpting detail of the armor. I think that looks good. And her utility belt looks pretty good with the sculpting detail, and again, that's done with a metallic gold. Same with the gloves. I like this little line work sculpted on her gloves and everything, so I think that comes off looking pretty good. And she's got the boots with the little bat symbols up at the top. So for the Oracle figure, I think they've done a pretty good job with the sculpting, and paint applications are fairly solid. I like the head sculpt. I think they've done a good job with that and capturing the character's likeness from the video game. I like the glasses. The glasses are not removable. They're glued to her face, and she's got the purple rims on the glasses, and then the lenses, which are done with a clear plastic. You can see her eyes good through the lenses. She's got the green eyes. I like the hair sculpting, and again with the wash effect with the lighter and darker colors. She's got the ponytail, and that's done with a hard plastic. Skin tone is pretty decent, and she's wearing the necklace. I think that was Dick Grayson's necklace that she's wearing. She's got the little earbud that hangs down the side there. And she's got the jacket with the hoodie with the yellow stripes. So that all looks pretty good. And she's wearing the fingerless gloves, and they've given her some fingernail polish. She's got the little tattoos and stuff on her wrists. Little buttons on her jacket. So overall, nice detailing. The yellow shorts. And then the shoes, I like the sculpting detail on the tennis shoes. So for articulation, starting with Batgirl, you can turn the head to the left and to the right. The hair does limit some of the movement a little bit, but not too much. You can pivot the head to the left and to the right as well. And she can look down a little bit. She really can't look back at all, though, because of the hair. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so she can get her arm out good, and she's got good rotation. She does not have a bicep swivel. She does have a rotation at the elbow, a single hinged elbow, so she can bend her elbow about that much. She's got rotation at the wrist and hinges on the hand, so up and down movement there. She's got a midsection joint, so she's got a little bit of rotation there at the midsection. Can pivot a little bit to the left and right, but not too much, and really can't crunch down at all, and can't look back at all there either. Does not have a waist swivel. Legs are attached with ball joints, so she can do the splits about that much, and then she can get a leg forward about that much, and she can do a leg back about that much. She does have a thigh swivel, single hinge knee, so she can bend her knee about that much, and then hinges on the feet, so good up and down movement, and then she has ankle pivot as well, and 2 peg holes on the bottom of her feet. So with Oracle, you can turn the head to the left and to the right, and you can look down a little bit, but not too much, and she can look basically straight ahead, but she really can't look up at all. You can pivot the head to the left and the right a little bit as well. Arms attached with your standard ball hinge joint at the shoulder, so she can get her arm out good. She's got good rotation there. She does not have a bicep swivel. Single hinged elbow, so she can bend her elbow about that much, and then she does have rotation at the elbow. She has rotation at the wrist and hinges on the hand, so up and down movement with the hands. She has a midsection joint here, so she can rotate there at the midsection, and she can crunch down about that much there, and she can look back about that much. Now the legs there's no articulation with the legs at all, so the legs are basically static in this one position. And then you can turn the feet. You've got rotation at the ankles, and that's it. No up or down movement, no ankle pivot. and no pick holes on the bottom of the feet. As far as getting Oracle to sit in the chair, again, because the legs are basically static, you can sit her in there, but you have to have her kind of leaning forward like this if you want the legs to come all the way down to the little pedal things. If you try and get her to lean back in the chair, then her legs end up sticking up. So again, you really have to kind of have her sit in this one position where she's kind of leaning forward. So Batgirl stands about just a little bit under 7 inches tall if you count to the tip of her ears, and then Oracle, while sitting in the chair, stands just a little bit under 5.5 inches. Here's a comparison with the Arkham Knight Batgirl and the two New 52 versions, the designer series and the regular version. And here's a comparison with the Arkham Knight Batman and the Arkham Knight Robin figures. And then here's a comparison of Oracle with the Arkham Knight Batman, the Arkham Knight Killing Joke Joker figure, and Arkham Knight Scarecrow figures. Okay, so that's my review. So overall, I like this set. I like the sculpting detail on both figures. The paint applications are pretty solid. I like the Batgirl figure. My only complaint with Oracle is it would have been nice if they'd given her a little more movement in the midsection or with the legs, just so you could get her in some better seated positions in the wheelchair. But otherwise, I think it's a nice looking figure, and if you're a fan of this character, I think it's one you'll want to add to your collection. Now, this set is hitting comic and specialty shops now. It's going to cost in the neighborhood of around $55, which isn't too bad considering these figures cost about $25 to $28 individually. We'll have a full image gallery up at toynewseye.com. There'll be a link in the video description below. As always, leave a comment. Let us know what you think. If you're so inclined, please like the video. Also, if you haven't already, please follow me on my Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram accounts. I'll have links to those in the video description as well. And until next time, I'll catch you later.